Yadai dai dai da dum. Yai yai yai. Ay yai yai. Yai yadai. Yadai dai dai da dum. Yai 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 yadai da dum. Yai yai yai. Ay yai. Ay, 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 Erev Tov, good evening. A few minutes late here. And I know we don't usually teach Torah or connect in the evening, although when I started rabbinical school, that was something, and after I was already ordained, was something that I did for a long time for the school that I went to. It was Mariv, an evening service. But we're going to take Torah to twilight. We're going to take it to the evening. And I'm a little hesitant on it just because I think that this teaching for tonight is really great. And so now I'm wondering if the crowd is not here for learning yet, that maybe we should take this profound teaching and save it for tomorrow. So I'm wondering what our plan of attack should be. All right, we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna save part 2 for tomorrow and do part 3 and reverse it. How about that? Because we know on a Friday morning the crowd is showing up. So when we think about this parsha of Korach, we continue our learning together. This morning I had a funeral, and Rabbi Jay is still in the hospital recovering from his shoulder surgery. He's doing great, but you need to be able to manage the pain at home, and so he is just trying to navigate that, and he will, be on the road to recovery. But like any surgery, it's rough, but he's doing great. So my timing this morning didn't work, and so that's why we're connecting this evening, which is not our typical. So I'm grateful that you are here. And so let's listen, let's learn, and let's explore together. So another element in this week's parsha asks the question, what grows around you? The staff that blossomed. At the end of the parsha, so we're going to the end before we go back to the middle tomorrow morning. At the end of the parsha, after all the arguments, the accusations, the drama, the Torah gives us a surprising image. A staff. It was Aaron's staff. And overnight, something impossible happens. The staff blossoms. Not only does it sprout, it flowers and it produces almonds. So this is one of those stories that, like, that almonds have significance, but like you don't really know where it comes from. And there's a strange ending to this difficult story. So after all, Korach's rebellion was about leadership, about authority, about who deserved to lead. And he needed to feel like he was in the spotlight instead of lifting people up so that everybody could have their place and purpose. He was like, I'm going to be the shining star. We talked a little bit about that yesterday in the morning. And so he wants authority. We're talking about who deserved to lead. So why does the Torah resolve a conflict with a flowering branch? Perhaps the Torah is teaching us how to recognize authenticity or authentic leadership. Not by who demands attention, not by who speaks the loudest, not by who gathers the most followers. It sounds like Instagram or TikTok, but by asking the question, what grows around them? Korach's leadership produced division, suspicion, conflict. Aaron's leadership produced something else, growth and life and connection. And so the Torah could have just chosen any sign, fire or lightning or a heavenly voice. But instead it chooses a blossom, something gentle, something organic, something that takes time. Because real leadership is rarely proven in some dramatic moment. It's revealed over time through what flourishes in its presence. Think about the people who have influenced your life the most. Take a moment. Teachers, mentors, friends, family members, family friends. And what made them significant? Usually not their title, usually not their status. It's what grew because they were there. The confidence they nurtured, the kindness they inspired, the safety they created, the love they cultivated. That's the test of leadership. And perhaps it's the test of a life well lived. Because whether or not we realize it, every one of us influences the people around us. Every interaction plants something. Every conversation leaves something behind. Every relationship creates an environment where something either grows or struggles to grow. And the question is, what are we planting? What blossoms because of our presence? Do people leave our company feeling encouraged and seen and valued? Do our homes grow patience? Do our communities grow compassion? Do our friendships grow trust? Aaron's staff reminds us of important things grow quietly. Often that's the case. The growth is happening without some major newsflash. Not by force, not through recognition, but through steady acts of care. So if someone looked at your life, what would they see blossoming around you? What are we helping to grow? At the end of Korach's story, and I realize we're going to the end before we're going back to the middle, but in a parsha, there's lots of tidbits that we can pick on and learn from. So this just happens to be from the back end. At the end of Korach's story, the Torah leaves us not with an argument, but with a blossom. It's our reminder to say, may we spend less time worrying about who gets the credit and more time cultivating what matters. May we be people whose presence helps others flourish. And may the lives we touch bloom with kindness, with trust, and with hope. Because in the end, the truest measure of our lives is not what we achieve. It's what blossoms because we are here. In the end, the truest measure of our lives is not what we achieve, but what blossoms because we are here. Beloved friends, we're doing the work. We're planting the seeds. We're looking for our own vision. We're finding authenticity. We're finding trueness. We are not doing this by force or recognition, but through steady acts of care. The quiet growth within ourselves, for those around us, to take time to cultivate what matters with love, with kindness, with trust, and with hope. We are one human family, one heart of abundant love. Take that teaching for tonight. Think about it, mull it over a few times. And when we come back here tomorrow morning at 9:30, let's continue to lift up. Let's continue to dig deeper into this parsha. You'll receive your newsletter, a little bit more, a little bit of a reminder. And let's continue to find our way in the world. Because in the end, the truest measure of our lives is not what we achieve, but what blossoms because we are here. We are that one family. We are that one love. We will continue to be here together. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Od Avinu Chai. Obed, a long day for me. Every day is a long day. But I have a new bedtime. So I don't stay up till 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning anymore. Trying to work on sleeping a little bit more. So my 2 and 3 hours sleeping during the night is now up to 5, almost 6 hours. And so a long day is nothing. Don't worry. I hope that Mike is on the mend also, or starting his journey toward the mend, and be gentle with him. But I hope he's being gentle with you. Elisa, Suze, thank you for being here. Let's continue to lift up. We will be back tomorrow morning at 9:30. Laila Tov, everybody.